Jack, we have to start with Wembley. An amazing night for everyone. Has it quite sunk in yet, the scale of the achievement that night?
I think I always thought that it would sink in when the fixtures get released, which is I think tomorrow morning. And yeah, I think when every day you're sort of walking past your shirt and your medal and things like that, and you're seeing photos and things, and it did. I'll be honest, it took a while to sink in, just the sort of magnitude of the achievement that we managed to achieve almost, and yeah, it's just been it's been such a quick turnaround that all of a sudden you're looking towards a new season. So it's exciting stuff, and it is a great time to be a part of this club.
On a personal note, you'd obviously had to wait a long time to get back to football after your injury. You came back in for the playoffs, and I think in the final it was clear that Marcus Brown was their creative outlet. He had a good game, but you had a much better one to keep him quiet. How does that rank for you as an individual performance in your career?
Yeah, it was up there with one of the, not just because we won, but the performance as well. It was a special night, and like you said there, he would sort of earmarked as being their most creative influence, and in a team full of great players, and to do my bit and keep him quiet was it was the cherry on top of the cake. Of winning was the most important thing. I'd have taken a bad performance and at least we won, but yeah, definitely keeping him quiet and playing well throughout the 90 minutes was definitely a nice thing.
And the fact you didn't get Man of the Match award, I think, is testament to Anthony Stewart. An unbelievable performance that summed up, if you look along the back line, Anthony Stewart, Darius Charles, an amazing year that he had, JJ with all of his goals, Rocky with all the clean sheets. It was an amazing season, wasn't it, to be part of that back line?
Yeah, for me personally, it was really good to be back into that sort of what I seen as the settled sort of back five, even six with Gapey in front of us in that first half of the season before I picked up my injury. Like you said there, Toolsy was a complete mountain at the back with Darius as well though, and I think Toolsy did get a lot of the headlines which he fully deserved, but with JJ's left foot, I'm not surprised his left foot sent us up. All season we heavily relied on it, and Darius as well at the back, and like you said, Rocky, who had been almost an unsung hero, he'd made big saves at times that I think go unnoticed. And gave us points that we weren't entitled to throughout the season, which we needed them all to get us into that third space. So it's like I said, it's just been it was a great night, and I think there's no plaudits. Everyone deserves all the plaudits they get really for an unbelievable season.
I think you knew quite early on signing here that this was a different type of place. There was something special about it, and actually something special was going to lie ahead that season. How much overall did you enjoy that first season with Wycombe Wanderers, on and off the pitch? Yeah,
it was unbelievable. It was I think the Wembley moment was made all that bit sweeter after my injury. You see, I spoke with Blooms actually, and you're in the gym sort of all the time, and for 3-4 months it was, and you're coming in at 8 and you're leaving at 3-4, and you're watching the boys train and you're watching the boys prepare for the games, and after having been a part of it, it just made you miss it so much more. And I think that was the thing that I tried to let sink in at Wembley was, people see the highs of promotion, but they don't see you working hard every day in the gym and on the pitch and things, and watching clips and things. So the whole journey of the season was a special one. And I remember I was reading Neil Harmon's book the other day, and he referred back to the first talk that Dobbo gave about what it was like, what you needed to be a Wanderer almost. And it was a chat I remembered reading it back. It just brought back all the memories about that chat, because I knew instantly that was something that I was wholeheartedly going to buy into, and I knew then that this was going to be sort of a special season.
The start of your second season now, you've been back into training. How has it been? A bit busier than it was this sort of time last year with a threadbare squad at the time. Has it been good to see the boys, although it was a relatively short summer break, but it must be nice to pick back up and pick up those memories?
It is, yeah. I think you do definitely take the momentum on from last season, and it is a different place because obviously this time last year we had a lot of new faces, and that sort of no one knew what was going to come, and whereas now we've got the sort of the core of the group, and there will be new faces as you want coming in the door to push players on. But I think it's nice to see that because we've got that core from last season, we've got that feel-good factor, and everyone's glad to be back, and everyone's just excited for the season ahead.
start of last season you were training in non-league, you're now a Championship right back. Looking forward to the release of the fixtures. Some massive clubs will be coming up against, and Coventry as well, who you never got to play against last season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just shows you the absolute roller coaster of football is that I think it was a year to the final. I was, out with a club. I didn't have a club because I'd been released from Coventry and was just sort of weighing up my options. And then a year on, you're getting promoted from League One to the Champ. And yeah, like you said there, I think it is such an exciting time for not just myself, but for the fans, the other players, the staff. To see those fixtures get released tomorrow in some big clubs. And yeah, it is. I'm excited to play Coventry, hopefully this season. And I think it's well known that Wycombe probably haven't picked up as many points as they'd have liked in that fixture, so for me personally it just makes me more hungry to go out and hopefully pick up that 3, 4, 6 points, whatever it is. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And finally, you had another year to run anyway here, but you've extended your contract, really now committing your future to Wycombe Wanderers, and you must be so pleased to have that security and looking forward to a bright future with the club.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was, as soon as sort of we started getting into talks about it, been discussed sort of last season, and it just makes me more hungry to repay the faith that the gaffer and Pete and the Cougs in general and everyone has shown in me, and yeah, it's, for me personally, it's a great thing to commit to what I hope is a very exciting time for the club. And like I said there, going back to the first chat that we had right at the beginning of last pre-season, I knew it was a place that I wanted to settle in and I wanted to sort of be a part of, and on and off the pitch, and me as a person being with this squad and this club is, if you ask my fiance, I'm pretty sure she'll tell you it's changed both our lives on and off the pitch, which is very rare in football, I think. So I'm happy to just get the deal done, and now I can look forward to the fixtures coming out and look forward to the season ahead.